The spotlight was brutal, each glare a hammer blow of expectation. Serena Vance gripped the mic, her knuckles white, sweat slicking her palms despite the ice in her veins. They were all watching, hundreds of them, the sharks and wolves of Wall Street, their eyes like lasers dissecting her. It wasn't curiosity, she knew. It was judgment, pure and uncut. So tell me, Serena's voice cut through the manufactured hush, a blade of steel. When was the last time you saw a black woman on this stage? A smile, sharp and dangerous, played on her lips. The silence in the room thickened, suffocating. Eyes darted away, lips tightened in discomfort. Rare, isn't it? Serena pressed on, the silence her weapon. And in this world, rare is mistaken for weak, for luck, for fleeting. She paused, letting the words hang, heavy as lead. But I'm not an exception. I'm a trend, and we're just getting started. Applause erupted, a forced wave from some, genuine thunder from others. Serena knew the game. Every stage, every presentation wasn't just about her company, it was about her. Serena Vance, black woman, millionaire in a world built for white men. To some, inspiration. To others, a direct threat. Backstage, the roar of the city faded as her mind rewound. Detroit. Broken windows, leaky roof, rain-soaked nights, dreams of escaping. She learned to fight in those streets, not just for air, but for something more. Nights hunched over books, fueled by visions of a tech future. 17, full ride to MIT, a triumph swallowed in the casual racism of campus life. Quota kid, they whispered, a constant undercurrent. Serena became a force of nature, brilliance blazing in every project, silencing doubters with pure, undeniable talent. Graduation and an audacious idea bloomed, Thomson Dynamics. Not just tech innovation, but tech for good, solutions for a dying planet. The classroom prejudice morphed into boardroom skepticism. Success, yes, but always with the unspoken question, did she really belong? After her speech, a swarm descended. Investors, reporters, faces hungry for a piece of her, a sliver of her success, or maybe just to figure out the puzzle of her rise. Then, Mark Olson, her partner, her anchor in this sea of sharks, his blonde hair a beacon in the crowd. "You know how to work a room," he grinned, his blue eyes crinkling. "Make 'em sweat." "Someone has to," Serena replied, a fraction of tension easing. Mark, white, blonde, charismatic, the face Wall Street expected at the helm. He'd always pushed her forward, his belief in her unwavering. "Big investors waiting," Mark said. "But first, someone wants a word." He gestured to a man approaching, silver hair, power suit, predatory smile. "Ms. Vance." The man's voice was smooth, oil slick on water. "Impressive presentation." Polite smile plastered on Serena's face. She knew the script. Superficial praise, condescending undertones. Quite a feat for a woman, especially. A woman of color in this field. Remarkable. Ever considered bringing in someone with more experience? Co-lead, perhaps? Take some of the pressure off? The insinuation hung in the air, thick and insulting. No matter how high she climbed, they'd always question her capacity. Serena's smile tightened, a warning. "With all due respect, sir," her voice was low, steady. "Who do you think is leading right now?" The man's smile flickered, then recovered, a nervous laugh. Of course, just a suggestion. Building something like this, truly remarkable." He retreated, smile strained, ego bruised. Serena watched him go, the weight of the room pressing down again. Applause, yes, but behind the smiles, the waiting. Waiting for her to stumble, to prove their prejudices right. They believed she was an anomaly, a fluke. But Serena didn't need their space. She'd carve her own. She wasn't just rising. She was a quiet storm, and the world was about to feel the shift. As she prepped for the next investor meeting, a tremor of anticipation ran through her. Something bigger was coming. She didn't know what, but her fight was far from over. 3 weeks. The relentless pulse of Thomson Dynamics never slowed. Serena, first in, last out, her mind a steel trap, strategizing, negotiating. The company was poised, products ready to launch, competitors circling like vultures. Then, the email. A flicker of excitement, then a jolt. Global Tech Summit, the Everest of the tech world. Presentation invitation. Finalist. Green Core Technologies, billion-dollar sustainability contract, global broadcast, investors, giants. This was it. The BAM changer, legacy maker, Green Core, astronomical profit, global recognition. But the competition would be brutal, and they'd see her coming. Memories flashed. Snide remarks, diversity hires, passing fad. They always think I'm here by accident, but this time she'd obliterate their doubts. She buzzed Mark, his office now. He walked in, invitation clutched in her hand. Mark's eyes widened, a grin splitting his face. Holy, Serena, this is huge. Green Core, she breathed, the name heavy with potential. But it's a bloodbath, Mark. They'll be gunning for us. Mark's grin faded, replaced by a shadow of concern. Heard some whispers about the other finalists. They're playing dirty. He shut the office door, voice low. Rumors already flying. Diversity pick. Affirmative action, darling. Undermining your credibility. Punch to the gut. Expected, but no less sharp. Every move, magnified, dissected, waiting for her to break. I've danced this dance before, Mark. Let them talk. Stage is mine. Presentation is bulletproof. They can't touch that. Careful, Serena. Mark's brow furrowed. These guys don't play fair. Any crack, they'll pry it open. She knew, lion's den, downfall watchers sharpening their knives, but the stage, the world watching, too big to ignore. Later, apartment quiet, city lights muted through the window, the weight of it settled. So much achieved, yet still fighting for basic recognition. Every win, a perceived affront. Green Core, the ultimate proof. Merit, not luck. She sat on the couch, the invitation a stark white rectangle in her hand. Excitement warred with anxiety. This summit, this presentation, could rewrite her story. She started planning, slides forming in her mind, every word, every image meticulously crafted. No room for error, none. The Global Tech Summit Hall pulsed with nervous energy, a low hum of anticipation. Minutes. Minutes to stage time. Presentation of a lifetime. Green Core. Validation. But it was more. Final exam. Proof of belonging. She straightened her blazer, a final glance in the backstage mirror, calm face controlled. Inside, drums of war, confidence, armor she'd forged over years. But tonight, something different, a tremor in the air. She pushed it down. Next presenter, Serena Vance, CEO, Thomson Dynamics. The host's voice boomed, snapping her back. Stage. Whispers, sharp and low, cut through the air. Casual racism cloaked in polite murmurs. Will she crack? Diversity hire, right? Serena's eyes flickered shut, a breath to steel herself. Open. Steel. Blinding stage lights. Firm stride to the steps. Every move, every breath scrutinized. Always. The future of sustainable technology demands bold solutions. Thomson Dynamics. Her voice, clear, strong, resonating. Flawless slides, laser-sharp graphs, vision unfolded, passion ignited, world-changing AI, sustainability interwoven. The audience leaned in, captivated, winning. She could feel it. Thomson Dynamics finally seen, then the knife twist. Excuse me, Ms. Vance. Richard Holt, director, rival company, front row, casual tone, lethal intent. Silence slammed down, thick with tension. Holt stood, mic in hand, slow, deliberate. Sustainability, innovation, big words. Real business, Ms. Vance, needs more than pretty pictures. Numbers. Eyes locked on Holt, anger a white-hot core. Steady, destabilization tactic, textbook. But what came next? Venom. Numbers, Holt repeated, pacing, savoring each syllable. We're all wondering merit, Ms. Vance, or diversity quotas. So fashionable these days. Punch to the gut. Air sucked out, heat surged, hands, steady moments ago, trembled. Audience faces, surprise, blankness, no intervention. You see, Holt's cold smile widened. Thomson Dynamics, buzz company. But would we be here if you weren't ticking boxes? Breath caught. Prejudice. Always lurking, rarely so brutally exposed, so publicly, globally. Humiliation, calculated, devastating. Response needed, desperate need, but what? Defense? Accusation, truth for so many. Crushing silence. Holt smiling, victory in his eyes. Her moment unraveling, room waiting for her fall. Mr. Holt, Serena's voice. Forced calm, fighting to stay level. Numbers speak for themselves. Thomson Dynamics' achievements. hard work, future vision, beyond expectations. And if different is a crime, voice hardening. I wear that label with pride. Strength in words, vulnerability clawing beneath, damage done, doubt planted, seeds of poison, lukewarm applause, polite, empty, stage exit, heavy heart, world fleetingly open, now closing in, prejudice, disdain, doubt, halls echoing humiliation, backstage, shaking hands, doubt, insidious tendrils creeping in. Holt right? Quota? Stronger voice roared back. No, best. They're scared, but then alone. Achievements meaningless, world wanting her to fail. Drive home. A blur. Holt's words. Inescapable soundtrack. Inclusion, quotas, trendy politics. Anchor dragging her down. Apartment, usually solace, now cold echo of loneliness. City pulsing, lights blurring, but inside, silence. Couch, staring blankly. Speech flashbacks, questions, stares, cold applause, unsettling loop, phone, social media, presentation comments. Praise for courage, whispers echoing Holt's poison. Richard said what everyone thinks. Forced inclusion. Deserving left out. Not in stomach. Ignorance, prejudice, but impact real. Career, company image bleeding. Damage done. Publicly exposed, place questioned. Emails flooded in. Bad news. Mark, first call. Serena, trap, don't let them win. Dirty because you're ahead. Ahead? Doesn't feel like it, Mark. Feels like they believe him. Diversity higher, not merit. Frustration boiling over. They play hard, threat. Green Corps contract, biggest ever. Sabotage. Mark's words, truth, cold comfort. Silence swallowed her. World seemingly agreeing with Holt. Worked so hard, reduced to a label. Quota. World watching. Prove myself. Proven. Next move. Green Corps can't lose it. Practicality, Mark's strength. She knew. Can't fall. Not now. Vulnerability overwhelming. Challenges, prejudice, always. But never public, brutal. Investors, media questioning, ability to lead crumbling. Week of hell. Humiliations fallout, concrete. Investors, doubt surfacing, veiled questions, defensive posture forced. Mark burst in. Afternoon, project scattered, focus shattered. Green Corps meeting, cancelled. Ice water. Caving to pressure, Holt pulling strings, head shake, disbelief, Green Corps teetering, years of work, credibility slipping away. Can't believe they're backing down. Frustration, raw. Not what they say, not an exception. They won't listen, unless you make noise, Serena. Mark, serious. Fight back. Show them they can't silence you. Turn the tide. Fight back. How? Narrative accepted. Prejudice, hidden, now weaponized. Years of work, undermined by whispers, fueled by hate. Hurt, deep, visceral. Success, still exception, not deserved. Days of strategizing. Lawyers, defamation suit explored, dismissed. Prolonged humiliation. No. Smarter, something bigger. Shake foundations, expose rot. Racism, corporate upper echelons. An idea sparked. Confront head on. Not alone. Allies needed. Plan forming, not just Holt. System. Turntables, unignorable. Night, reflection. Game turning. Uncontrollable fire ignited. Holt, allies won't win. Dirty play, dirtier response. Fight, not just Thompson dynamics. Everyone like her. Prove themselves, world wanting them to fail. Horizon fixed. Plan forming, not small. Revolution brewing. Tables turning. Tables turning. Fire in Serena's veins. Days after the summit. Exhaustion, not just work, but doubt. Tension, consuming. Disadvantage clear, survival instinct sharpened. Solid weapon needed against those determined to destroy. Tireless days, competition dissected, Holt, allies, deeper game than arrogance, whispers. Something underneath, felt it, no proof. Careful, strategic. One cold morning, Mark, phone in hand, tense face. Serena, see this. Reports scattered, she looked up, took phone. Leaked email, Holt's comms team, social media storm. Journalists, industry commentators. Content, brutal. Strategy clear. Discredit Thompson. Inclusion narrative worked. public doubt competence, derail Green Core deal, push forced diversity rumors, prepare for public reaction, anger, relief, mixed, suspicions confirmed, Holt, orchestrated campaign, summit attack, tip of iceberg, dirty play from start. How? Serena, eyes glued to screen. Anonymous source, journalist posted, exploding media. Mark, impact divided, furious, others business strategy, don't see gravity. Phone slammed on table, mind racing, proof, Holt, not rival, saboteur, Thompson Dynamics, targeted, reason, threat, Black woman, confidence, vision, success, system challenge, him, others, upholding, how to use it, defamation suit, natural, ineffective. Smarter, something seismic, corporate world quake, expose deep-rooted racism, tech elite, idea forming, confront head on, not alone, allies, plan, not just Holt exposure, table turning, unignorable, night, emergency meeting, lawyers, media advisors, packed room, tense faces, weight of stakes, Serena entered, buzz died, deep breath. Attacked publicly, rumors, personal attacks, smear campaign, Thompson Dynamics, proof, orchestrated. Pause, reactions gauged, lawyers, concern, curiosity. Holt's team, deliberately spreading rumors, sabotage Green Core deal, not business dispute, calculated sabotage. Murmur, leaked email displayed, conference room screen, indignation visible. Defamation suit, lawyer. Time-consuming, small impact. Serena. Different approach, expose bigger issue, not just me, Thompson Dynamics, everyone like me. Discredited, underestimated, attacked because of who we are, fight against system, racism, prejudice, business tools. Room silent. Weight of words beyond contract, profound change. Plan, Mark, action ready. Deep breath, Serena. Media, not just email, discrimination campaign sector-wide, expose every detail. Underestimation due to color, gender, anything. Public discussion, impact felt. Bold, risky, reputation, future, online again. No other way. Victim, no, fight, world watching. Retaliation, quiet now, they win. Keep doing this. Other companies, people, stop now, we do it. Everyone nodded, absorbing magnitude. Toughest moment, most important. Generate retaliation. Quiet now. They win. Jack, next to her, ready. These guys play hard because they know you're a threat. Thompson Innovations is on the verge of landing the biggest contract in our history. They'll do whatever it takes to sabotage that. Clara knew Jack was right, but it didn't lessen the pain. The silence of the room consumed her, and the realization that the world seemed to believe Holt's words gnawed at her. I worked so hard for what? To be reduced to a label? To be called a quota in front of the entire world? You worked to prove your place is deserved, and you've proven that. Now, we need to think about the next move. We can't let this attack ruin our chances with Green Corp, Jack said, trying to bring a more practical perspective. Clara knew Jack was right. She couldn't afford to fall. Not now. But the feeling of vulnerability was overwhelming. She had always faced challenges and prejudices, but never in such a public, cruel way. And now, investors, the media, everyone was questioning her ability to lead. The following week was a real test. The effects of the public humiliation began to materialize even more clearly. Some investors started expressing doubts, not directly, but through questions that put Clara on the defensive. Clara, I heard the meeting with Green Corp might be canceled, Jack said, interrupting an afternoon where she tried unsuccessfully to focus on new projects. They're starting to cave to the pressure from the competition. It seems Richard and his team are pulling strings behind the scenes. Clara shook her head in disbelief. Green Corp was indeed reconsidering. Despite all the work her team had done, doubts about Thompson Dynamics were spreading like a silent plague. The same rumors about forced inclusion were now being used as a reason to reevaluate the partnership. Years of hard work, the credibility Clara had earned, everything seemed to be slipping through her fingers. I can't believe they're backing down because of this, Clara said, her voice filled with frustration. I'm not what they're saying. I'm not an exception, but it seems no one wants to hear that. They won't listen unless you make some noise, Clara, Jack replied, his tone serious. You need to fight back. Show them they can't silence you with these attacks. We need to turn the tide. Clara knew Jack was right, but how? How do you fight a narrative that was already being accepted by so many? A narrative that undermined years of work based on hidden prejudices. What hurt the most was realizing that despite her success, she was still seen as an exception, not as someone who had earned her place on merit. She spent the next few days trying to figure out how to respond. She spoke to her lawyers, explored the possibilities of suing Richard Holt for defamation, but she knew that would only prolong the focus on the humiliation he had caused. No, she needed something more, something that would take back control of the narrative, something that would show everyone that her journey was more than a mere exception, that she was a leader, an innovator, and that her success didn't depend on others' opinions. As Clara reflected, an idea began to take shape. She couldn't just respond. She needed to expose the entire racist and prejudiced structure that had tried to bring her down. This wasn't just about her anymore, it was about something much bigger. And in realizing that, the flame inside Clara started to grow again. She wouldn't let Holt and his allies win. If they were playing dirty, she would play even harder, because this fight wasn't just for Thompson Dynamics. It was for everyone like her who constantly had to prove themselves in a world that wanted to see them fail. With her gaze fixed on the horizon, Clara knew what she had to do, and it wouldn't be small. She was about to turn the game around. Dawn barely breaking when Serena entered Thompson Dynamics, orange sky mirroring urgency. Today, everything shifted. Plan, days in the making, solidified. Not just response, offensive, game changer, expose Holt, sabotage campaign, spotlight even brighter, suspicion, expectation of failure amplified, no choice. Leaked email, proof needed, window to expose, not just Holt, but system of prejudice, industry-wide. Narrative reverse, humiliation to justice battle, meeting room buzzing. Lawyers, advisors, trusted team ready, execute plan. Mark, always there, strategies reviewed. Everything set? Serena, firm, nervous spark. No turning back. Set, Mark. Holt, team, exposed today, reporters waiting, press conference, Serena, storm coming, they won't stand still. Nodded. Retaliation fierce, challenging industry titan, unanswered, can't back down. Every decision led to this. Consequences ready, not just for herself. Marginalized, underestimated system victims. Don't care what they do. Crossed line, Mark. My turn. Show them who they are. Press conference, early afternoon. Expectation, tension thick. Meticulous outreach to influential journalists, reputable media. Serena Vance's response, summit humiliation, unprepared for what was coming. Mic adjusted, heart racing, face calm. Packed room, journalists, cameras, lights, flashes, claustrophobic. Trained mind, unyielding, decisive moment. Thank you all, Serena, firm, controlled. Recent questions, Global Tech Summit. Thompson Dynamics, insinuations, personal attacks, doubted ability to compete. Unknown until now, attacks not spontaneous. Pause. Words heavy. Evidence. Richard Holt team orchestrated campaign, undermined credibility, Thompson Dynamics, not just business rivalry. Attempt to discredit who I am, not what I do. Reporters, wide eyes, typing furiously, live updates. Leaked email, smear campaign proof. Screen flashed. Incriminating email, large, readable. Murmurs, journalists leaning forward, shocked. Serena waited, then continued. Not just me, bigger problem. People like me, women, black, minorities, break barriers, attacked. Not abilities, identities. Holt's actions not isolated. System perpetuating racism, prejudice, healthy competition guise. Fully engaged reporters, recording, questioning, control of narrative seized. Not just defend myself company, demand change. Tech industry, stop normalizing prejudice as business. Suing Holt Company, defamation, unfair practices, beyond legal battle. Change business, treatment, everyone fair chance regardless of color, gender, background. Questions erupted. Serena, ready, calm, clear answers, next steps outlined. Press loved scandal but not victim portrayal. Resilience, transformation. Conference ended, Serena sat on empty stage, echoing noise. Nerves gone, determination remained. Mark approached, relaxed, alert. Incredible, grin. Resonate industry-wide, wait and see. Serena, no celebration. Holt, allies won't yield. Powerful forces, consequences coming. But then control, weeks lost, regained. World knew who she was, what she'd do to protect what she built. Impact immediate. Holt sabotage, headlines exploded. CEO exposed racist campaign, tech industry sabotage, truth behind Thomson Dynamics attacks. Serena Vance calls out systemic bias. Storm of monumental proportions. Inner peace, strange calm. Truth on her side, world knew. Social media erupted, outrage, solidarity, downplaying, dirty business game. Subtle racism, ingrained, won't vanish overnight. Public discussion, already a victory. Then, Holt allies retaliated fast. News. Holt's company hired PR giant Crisis Control. Opinion pieces, Serena exaggerating, manipulating narrative, race card for sympathy. Counterattack launched. Mark rushed in, laptop tense. Serena, see this. Tweets, articles, questioning integrity, race card accusations, deep breath, backlash anticipated, playing their hand, evidence against them, attack credibility. Gaining traction, Mark. Holt's PR machine, twisting narrative, dirty play. Press conference impact, positive, reversing quickly, if not careful. News screens, name, face, debated like product. Career dissected, every move questioned. Eye of storm, no fear, forward, not retreat. Next step, Serena standing, renewed determination. Pressure Green Core, they know truth, stand now or chaos too. Green Core call, tense. Carefully prepped words, direct approach. Listen, Holt, team, not just dirty with me. Industry integrity, chance to stand. Green Core, no support for tactics, contract about numbers, results. Klein, Green Core CEO, cautious, thoughtful, business decisions, not emotions. Silence. Then, Klein responded. Serena, watching closely. Summit, inappropriate, understatement, contract, numbers, results. Cautious, avoiding sides. Let it slide. Holt wins. David, respect. Contract results, yes. Thomson Dynamics results you need. Principles too. Company sabotaging competitors, prejudice. That's what you do. Giving contract to Holt. Silence lingered. Feared lost call. Then, Klein's heavy sigh. Bored Serena, speak directly to Holt. Resolved soon, or all suffer consequences. Best she'd get, relief washed over. Klein confronting Holt. Strategy may be working. Chaotic days followed. Media scrutiny, dispute details. Social media divided, Serena versus Holt. Anonymous message, second leaked email, Holt executives conversation. Not just Serena discredit, undermine minority-owned businesses, same tactic. Weapon needed. Second email in hand, second press conference. Bury Holt's recovery chance. Second email revealed reaction immediate. Holt crossed every line. Public saw what Serena saw. Deliberate, systematic destruction. Competitors, racism, prejudice weapons. Unbearable pressure. 48 hours, Richard Holt resigned CEO. Formal apology, hired PR firm. Green Core, pressured, severed ties Holt. Thomson Dynamics, leading contract candidate. Mark, news at day's end. Serena smiled. You did it, Serena. Green Core contract. Thomson Dynamics. Closed eyes, victory absorbed. Not just contract, justice. Truth prevailed, powerful forces defied. Relief, but scars deep. Emotional, mental toll high. Won, yes. Victory impact measured over time. Thomson Dynamics, team applause, entering office next day. Followed her fight, knew what it meant. Company, everyone working with her. Mark, loyal, relieved smile. You did it, Serena, against all odds. Smiled, exhaustion in eyes. I did. Softer voice. Mark, just beginning. More work ahead. Green Core announcement next morning. Official, formal, Thomson Dynamics, contract secured, news spread, tech sector buzzing. Serena, greatest victory, billion-dollar contract, breaking prejudice, manipulation cycle, decades dominating. World new, force unsilenced. Headlines celebrated. Scars deep, emotional mental toll. Victory weight measured over time. Thomson Dynamics reorganized, Green Core challenge, Serena changing, Holt battle, role beyond innovator, larger responsibility, media questions, future plans, polite responses, Green Core company mission, deeper, Serena preparing something bigger. Weeks after victory, executive team meeting, conference room gathered. Serena spoke firmer tone. Green core contract, priority now. Beyond that, something I need to do. Holt, isolated incident, no. Racism, prejudice, systemic industry. One battle, larger war. Executive surprise, silent support. Launch initiative, support, invest startups, women, black, minorities, barriers I faced, fund dedicated, companies, same opportunities we had, not just win for myself, open doors for others. Mark, first to speak. Incredible, Serena, risky, big contract now. Handle all this? Determined gaze. Risky, yes. Everything achieved, no risk. Don't do this. Victory, transform industry. Sacrifice for what? Tense silence, admiration. Team understood stakes. By her side, Holt dispute worst. Ready, new mission. Months followed. Serena dedicated Green Core Investment Fund. Gather entrepreneurs, investors, allies, change tech face. Fund Tech for All announced. Enthusiasm, influential figure support. Not just symbolic. Promise. Tech future inclusive, fair, talent valued above all. Media prominence, Serena, business leader, activist sector. Guidance sought, navigate traps, system still excluding many. Symbol of resilience, overcoming. Story inspiring new entrepreneurs. Challenges remained. Some saw victory fluke, mission passing trend. Serena, stronger now, new resistance, dying systems last gasp. One day, reviewing investment fund reports, Mark, thoughtful expression. Realize what you've done? Watching her work, Serena, confused. What I've done? Changed narrative. Holt tried, prejudice faced, irrelevant now. Not just one, Serena. Changed game. Everyone wants to know, what next? Smiled slightly. Impact, beyond contract, financial success. Changed industry's view of her. More importantly, how many saw themselves. Fight, not just justice, all constantly underestimated, excluded. Report closed, window view, city skyline. Work just beginning. First time in long while, truly in control. Tech for All launch grand. Hall filled. Business people, investors, journalists, young entrepreneurs. Hope, expectation glow. Serena Vance, leader, pioneer, social transformation. Center of attention. Stage, positive energy. More than businesswoman. Inspiration. Spokesperson, needed changes, underestimated, humiliated, attacked, now paving way for others. Today, not just me, Thompson Dynamics. Voice calm, confident, echoing hall. All those left behind. Great ideas, no chance, people system decided didn't belong. Intense applause. Tightness in chest, fulfillment, not anxiety. Fought hard. World hearing her message. Tech for All, more than investment fund. Commitment, transform industry inside out. No longer allow talent wasted. Someone doesn't fit preconceived mold, innovator. Everyone here, fight to be heard. Today, fight not solitary anymore. Pause. Audience, young determined faces, remembering her own struggle years ago, proving worth. Want you all to know together we can change game rules. Won't wait industry accept us. Shape future, our image. Applause echoed again. Serena smiled. Palpable change felt. Industry, hearts of people. Goal, no longer personal. Collective movement. Event ended, Serena, building terrace, city view, miles stretching. Quiet night, moment of silence, reflection. Cold wind, slight smile. Mark appeared, champagne glasses, handed one, toast to horizon. We did it! Voice full of pride. Serena sipped, tasted victory, weight of what was to come. We did. City lights twinkling. Real change just beginning, Jack laughed. Never relax, do you? Not after everything. Thoughtfully, Holt tried, prejudice industry corners, still there, victory, system not changed, but opportunity. Turned to Jack, determined gaze. People looking at us, Jack, expecting more, can't fail. Tech for All, not just fund, future foundation. Jack nodded, truth recognized. Right. Holt open door, never close. Everyone knows things different. Serena smiled. Fight far from over. Real revolution, ensuring others like her, opportunities always denied. Not easy, ready for it. Fire inside, grown with each attack, humiliation. Fire unextinguished. Months later, Serena, Office, Thompson Dynamic success. Green Core contract, milestone, series new projects, partnerships emerging. Global powerhouse, tech innovation, social impact. Tech for all, funded startups, women, minorities. New step, inclusive future. Fruits of fight scene. Companies, before ignored, now benchmarks. Fight not over. Prejudice, resistance remained. Each new achievement, new challenges. Not alone now. Innovator community by her side. Ready, follow her example, transform sector, merit, talent, not who they were, where they came from. Night, leaving office, starry sky above, whole world waiting transformation. Journey just beginning. This time, journey lighter, not just walking for herself, paving way, thousands coming after her. Greatest victory of all. What did you think? Share your opinion, subscribe for more. Thank you for watching.